Ready? Play.
My name is Clara Towson, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
I am Francisca George, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Susan Leemans, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom. Yeah.
My name is Zainab Sammaz, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hey guys, my name is Sasha Vickery, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Harris, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Paolini, and I'm a friend of the show.
Wow, Jasmine, you got it in one time. I'm also aware, I learned something in the last year or two. I didn't learn many things, but I did learn this. Iga Swiatek, she loves tiramisu, okay? And I also learned the meaning in English of tiramisu, which is to like lift me up, to cheer me up. Yes. Is the translation, right? Well, listen, Mario, London may have lost the ATP Tour Finals. Brits like me may have lost out. But Italians and Turin in particular has gained. And despite feeling a bit sad about London losing it, after this chat, Mario, you've cheered me up. You've tiramisu'd me. You've tiramisu'd me.
Ready? Play.
Well, hello there, and welcome to Talking Tennis. And today is the day that we see the first tennis gold medal decided in a showdown between China and Czechia. We have Zhang and Wang against Machac and Siniakova. Machac and Zhang, obviously, doubles partners on tour, usually. So this is going to be an interesting dynamic as they both know each other's strengths and weaknesses very, very well. And Zhang Zhang is going to be the first one to serve. Great serve from Zhang to start this off. We are guaranteed 2 Chinese medals this Olympics. The question is whether there'll be 2 golds, 2 silvers, or 1 each, and in which event. Obviously, with Zhongqin Wen taking on Donna Vekic tomorrow in China versus Croatia in the women's singles. Another unreturnable serve from Zhang, this time to Machac. So yeah, you guys just keep firing questions at me and we will talk tennis. We've already had quite a few contributions at the minute. I do have a confession to make. I am dual screening because I am watching this mixed doubles final right now. And it's great fun, but I'm also got in the background Badosa Raducanu, which is quite a competitive match. I don't fully agree with Matthew. I'm quite liking the level that's being put on display here. They're both kind of really going for it. Yeah, some nice hitting from both. This one could be a marathon by the look of it. I mean, Raducanu's got a serve to stay in the second set. She's set up at 6-4. Wang has already clinched the first game. Wang and Zhang have already clinched the first game very quickly. This might be very quick. Ghosty, do Siniakova and Krejcikova have beef? No. Everything seems very amicable when they're on court for the Czechs. Losing to Andreeva and Schneider in the quarterfinals. No, they seem to get on pretty well. It's just they have different priorities right now. I believe that Krejcikova's wanted to play less doubles, and so that didn't really work for Siniakova. And it's a professional decision, not personal. I think it was put. I think I could see them playing together a lot more again in the future, but it's not the right time. And certainly it seems to be paying off for Krejcikova. Wimbledon title under her belt. Nick Kyrgios. I mean, I don't know if he'd want to come on a channel like this, but we'll certainly have him. So we've got Machac serving first. Serving here, and already I think they've got the first point. He's already played love up. So going with serve so far, as the players in Washington seem to be struggling with the heat a little bit. I think I just wanted to make sure, we are covering the mixed doubles mainly because that is technically the bigger match. And I would go on as far as to say that this is probably the biggest mixed doubles match of the 4-year cycle. Great stuff from Machac at 40 love. Yeah, it's already started, Christoph, and it's a game all as both men have held their serve. So it's now the turn of the women. So yeah, it has started. We are doing audio commentary. We are not allowed to show the match in case you are new, Christoph. If you are new, stick around and let's see if you like what we're doing here. And if you want to subscribe and join the Talking Tennis journey, have a chat with us about various different things, go for it. But feel free to send questions my way and I'll answer that. What's going on? I'll try and keep everything up to date with what's going on. Got Wang Jinyu serving at the minute. Originally wasn't supposed to be playing with Zhang Zhang. It was meant to be Zhang Qinwen, but Zhang Qinwen decided that she wanted to focus on the singles, and that's paid off given that she had two marathons and a battle with Iga and then had to beat Iga Swiatek to make the final. Still got one more. Matthew, this is the gold medal match in the mixed doubles. This is the gold medal match. I know the title says Wang Machac against Wang. I know that the title suggests that it was the Chinese-Dutch match, but we fixed that. So yeah, this is for the gold medal. This is for the biggest title in mixed doubles, I would say, because at slams, yeah, you win a slam, but not many people remember mixed doubles titles, and you don't get points for it. There's no ranking, and you don't actually get that much money for it. Whereas here, you've got an Olympic medal out of it, and there's been some quite prestigious medal winners in this discipline. Last defending champions from the Tokyo event, Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova and Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova and Andrei Rublev. 2012 gold medalists, Victoria Azarenka and Max Mirny. Obviously, that's the first time in the professional era that mixed doubles happened. And then 2016, I believe, was... Oh, gosh, who was it? I know Rajiv Raman Venus Williams got silver, I think. Or was it gold? No, it was silver. It was silver. And I think the winner was an American pairing. I think it was Jack Sock and his partner escapes me. Or was that the bronze? Anyway, they're into a rally here at the minute. Siniakova's going to try to go up the middle. She's using her craft, but can't pick that up. First forehand into the net from Siniakova, and Wang Jinyu holds. It's a very quick game so far, 2-1 to the Chinese. By the way, I'm seeing lots of questions like Team GB losing to USA. Yeah, it was exciting at the end. The end of the match was how I thought the rest of the match would go, but it wasn't quite how it went. Unfortunately, oh good, I get to see some of the BMX. It looks like they're showing me some BMX updates from gold medal. So I enjoy a bit of BMX racing. Jack Draper, definitely a very impressive player. Dan, looking forward to seeing him doing well. I have a lot more hope in him after this grass court season compared to previous years. Yeah, nobody fires on the weekend, Matthew, but I think they decided to try and spread things out a bit. As looks like France have managed to lock out the gold, silver, and bronze in the men's BMX race. All French podium in Paris. Yeah, I'm really excited that Mira and Danielle and Diana are in the women's doubles final, actually. I mean, I'm not it's very hard to call who's going to win it between them and the Italians of Paolini Irani. The Paolini Irani should have the experience, but Mira Andreeva is going to be the youngest Olympic medalist since Jennifer Capriati won gold in 1992. This is of any colour, obviously, because she's guaranteed at least silver. Pierre is 17 years old in the professional era, second youngest after Capriati. Who do you think is going to win? It's really tough to say, Christoph, to be honest. Really tough to say. I think it's going to be very close. It's always too close to call, really. Both have had some good runs. Machac and Siniakova yet to drop a set this tournament. I haven't looked at Wang and Zhang's run. Siniakova and Machac obviously established partnerships, know each other very well. Very, very well. And Wang and Zhang, new partners, but it's working really well. As we're at 40 love already on this first Siniakova service game. I think in terms of the hype, in terms of maybe the feel good of like the feel good for people involved and maybe the romantics among us, Siniakova Machac winning gold might be the slightly more popular win, but I don't think anyone would object to a Wang Zhang title. Hold to love for the Czechs. But yeah, on paper, Machac and Siniakova are probably the strongest overall pairing in terms of doubles experience. Badosa's held serve, by the way, in Washington for 6-5. Raducanu again, after this change event, is going to come out to serve to stay in. US Open tennis, Dan, starts not that long away because we've got, I think it's, well, Monday Canada starts. Cincinnati's the next week. Then we have a week off in between for Winston-Salem and places like that for like a pre-warm-up. And then, yeah, it's 4 weeks. It's 4 weeks until the US Open starts. So Monday. Yeah, 4 weeks. 4 weeks on Monday. US Open underway. We'll get underway. So once this Olympics is over, we'll be all staring at the hard courts and trying to work out who's going to be we're going to be ready to go with our North American hard court coverage and figuring out who's going to win the US Open. Lovely to have you in the chat, Dave, as well. Is that what you think? Is it everyone watching the match, or are we just here to hang out and talk tennis? If we're here to hang out and talk tennis, then fire some questions at me. 30-15, by the way, on this Zhang serve. It's got to 2-all very quickly. Sorry, Dan. On YouTube, we've got a guy called Dave in the chat. So there's a Dan and a Dave. You're pretty dedicated, Dan. You're one of the few Twitch viewers we get. Christoph supporting Machac and Siniakova. Yeah, I think that would be a good win. And I've got to 30 all. So first danger game so far in this match coming up. 30 all, 2 all. Zhang serves out wide. Siniakova's going to get the return in play. Forehand cross court from Zhang. Siniakova's got a racket on. Exchanging cross courts. Zhang dumps his forehand into the net. We have our first break point of the final. Gosh, okay, we're getting bombarded with questions now. So we've got some really good ones coming in. I mean, the Chinese kind of have to wear red shirts, to be honest, Dave. But it's not always a good omen if you're a Star Trek fan. Women's final. I think Zhang Wen will win it. I think she's got the momentum, to be honest. I think she'll probably thrive a little bit more in the situation than we think. So yeah, I'm going with Zhang Wen, maybe in a couple of sets. Yeah, I know what you mean. Twitch, obviously, if you want to watch live, is great. I've got a few friends who stream on Twitch. Depending on what you enjoy. If you enjoy watching video games. Am I going to the US Open tennis? No. Are Talking Tennis going to the US Open tennis? Wait and see. Yes, Ghosty. I have seen Galaxy Quest. I love that movie. I was raised on Star Trek, my friend. Star Trek and Doctor Who. A little bit of Star Wars, but those two are my favourite kind of franchises. And by the way, Machac and Siniakova broke for 3-2. Yeah, Machac and Siniakova have broken for 3-2, so they're already up in this final. Badossa's potentially 2 points away from breaking Raducanu for the first time in this match and making this a set all. Yeah, athletics underway today in the Olympics, right, Dan? Yeah. Hey, looks like we've got some Star Trek fans in chat. Who knew? Maybe there's some crossover between Star Trek fans and tennis fans. I'd love that. Maybe I get to talk Star Trek a little bit more. Probably watched some Star Trek a little too young, but hey, I remember the good parts. First point on the Machac serve actually goes to the Chinese pair. Interestingly. That's cool, Dan, that you live not far from Patrick Stewart, or at least one of Patrick Stewart's houses. He probably not home very often, though, with all the space travel he does. Oh, dear. Set point Badosa. Miscued backhand from Raducanu. Yes, I am watching 2 matches. $15 all going on here. Got a lot of keeping eye on. Yeah, Next Gen is my favourite one, Ghosty. Absolutely love it. That's very much comfort TV for me. Yeah, I think Captain Picard is probably the best leader, one of the best leaders on television ever. Up there with President Bartlett from The West Wing, which is one of my other favourite shows of all time. Deuce is Raducanu's saved set point with an unreturnable serve. And Washington, I know I won't do too many Washington updates, only like really big moments. 40-15 now on the Machac Siniakova serve. Yes, I do not understand short shorts, to be honest. Do not understand. They just look so uncomfortable. Don't understand how you can play in those. Great lob from Wang. No, I say great lob, but it just misses the baseline. And so 4-2 to the Czechs, who, yeah, according to Christoph, look like they're going to win the first set. Yeah. I mean, Dave, do you enjoy watching Machac Triple Z doubles partnership? That's a good team. Really good team. On on tour. I know that Anastasia of the Ground Pass podcast is a big fan of that partnership, keeps talking to me about them. We've got another set point for Paula Badosa in Washington, and they're into a rally to decide the set point. We'll keep an eye on things across the board. Still rallying going on. First point of this Wang service game's gone to the Czechs. This might be a short one. 8 unforced errors so far. 4-2. 8 unforced errors so far, which has cost them 2 games. And yeah, that would be about right, I think. Ground Pass, it's not just Anastasia's podcast, it's mine as well. We co-host that one. Anastasia is currently in Washington, I believe, or she has been visiting. Vance is also in Washington covering for Tennis One. Backhand into the net from Raducanu. It's another set point for Badosa in Washington. Meanwhile, Siniakova's got a great volley there to win the point for Czechia on the mixed doubles, which is the match I should be paying more attention to. Love 30. Siniakova Machac looking to try and get a double break here. It's a second serve for Wang Jinyu. Backhand from Siniakova right at triple Z. Then she goes cross court. Wang's going to get for the forehand cross court. Cross court from Siniakova. Wang's going to go on the attack. Oh, Machac is there at the net. Goes right at triple Z, who doesn't do anything with it. And there we go. It's love 40. The Czechs have got triple break point for a double break lead. And Raducanu nets in Washington. The slice ends up in the net after being pushed out wide by Badosa. They're going 3 in Washington as well. Yeah, you're not going to get an awful lot. Oh, Machac trying to go for the haymaker winner there and just missed the baseline. 15-40, first break point saved by the Chinese. But if there'd be a little bit less length on that backhand from Machac, that would have been a break to love. Yeah, you're probably not going to get an awful lot of doubles insight from me, more because I'm still figuring out how it all works, to be honest. I'm a fan as much as you are and, not an expert, but one day I'll learn. Oh, Wang trying to go for the cross court. Just clips the line. Machac deft touch with a volley. Wang stepped up, looked like she'd hit the backhand cross court, but it ended up clipping the outside of the tram line, and that's the second break point saved by the Chinese. But yeah, Siniakova at the net is really effective, really exciting to watch. I agree with you, Ghosty. As a double fault from Wang. After hard fought saves the first 2 break points, the third was given away, and Machac and Siniakova will serve for the first set. Katerina Siniakova will be serving. The heat rule is in effect in Washington, which means there's going to be a 10-minute break, which means I'm not going to be distracted by what's going on between Emma Raducanu and Paula Badosa in Washington, which means I can focus a bit more on this match. And to be honest, this has gone very quickly so far. We've been streaming for 23 minutes? And this first set's probably only been about 20. The points have been so short. Why didn't Iga play mixed doubles with Zielinski Schwarner? Well, Zielinski wasn't there. That's why. I don't think Zielinski was playing the Olympics. And I think her catch pulled out too late for them to do any substitutions. Also, I mean, I don't know this for certain, but I would imagine, given what we've heard about Iga's preparations, that she was so focused on this gold, just being in a bubble. Maybe she was relieved that she didn't have to play mixed doubles and she could just focus on singles. I think she just played with Hubie out of loyalty, to be honest. Matthew making fashion comments, lots of fashion comments here, and I'm like, at least they're wearing clothes. I don't think Iga's treating that bronze medal as a consolation prize, Schwarner, judging by her reaction. I think she was genuinely relieved and happy to have got it. An Olympic medal's an Olympic medal. Is it the best possible outcome? No. Is it still a good outcome? Yes. We're to a cross-court forehand rally, which ended with Wang going long. $15 for Siniakova and Machac, 3 points away from this first set. Oh, and Triple Z goes wide with the inside out forehand. Look, 30 love. Oh, okay, Ghosty, I'm going to be honest, right? Your question, your question is interesting because I went, who's the next gen enterprise? Like, how would you define next gen? And then I realized you're talking about Star Trek and you're not talking about the next generation of tennis players. So, okay, I'm going to answer your question, Ghosty. After, let's see if the Czechs can get this first set. Machac is at the net, puts that volley away, job done. First set to the Czechs, 6-2. They are halfway to a gold medal. Another one in the case for Katerina Siniakova, who of course was the defending women's champion with Barbora Krejcikova from the Tokyo Olympics. So this would be her second gold if she got it. Yeah, second gold if she got it, which would be, put her up there with some of the most successful Olympics tennis players in history. Gives her about as many as Andy Murray and Rafael Nadal. Not quite as many as the Williams sisters. Williams sisters obviously both having 4 golds across singles and doubles. But yeah, look, the boring answer to your question, Ghosty, about which crew member from the next gen would I want to form a tennis doubles partnership with? The boring answer is Data, because Data would basically learn how to play tennis perfectly, and he'd basically do all the work, more or less. Like, he would basically be the perfect tennis player, and like he'd have memorized everything to do with the game and whatnot. Yes, Ghosty, I think Wesley would play pickleball. If I'm going to go for the non-boring answer and like have a little bit of chance of jeopardy of actually losing the match and like, get a bit of camaraderie going. Ooh, that's a tricky one. I can imagine Picard being a tennis player. Troy would be an interesting doubles partner because she would be able to use her empathic abilities to understand how nervous our opponents would be. Yeah, I'm probably overthinking this, to be honest. I think Data's probably the simplest answer, but and he'd be sort of nice to spend time with as well. Worf would get too angry. By the way, apologies to anyone who's never seen Star Trek and has no idea what we're going on about, but there you go. I very rarely get to nerd out like this. The Chinese have taken a break, by the way, but they're back on court. Quicker back on court than Emma Raducanu, who's keeping Paula Badosa waiting in Washington. Interesting comment from you, Dave, on YouTube. Doubles being more complicated tactically than singles. Always shocked that beginners play so much doubles. Yeah, but it's the easiest one to start with because you don't have to cover so much. I guess And I guess so. I depends on what level you're talking about. Like if everyone's a beginner, I don't think it matters so much. But certainly, whenever I've played doubles, which hasn't been very often, my partner's not been that keen to talk tactics. I think there's some dispute over whether the serve from Triple Z was out or not. There's currently a discussion with the umpire happening. Emma's back in Washington, by the way. There seems to be some faces being made by the umpire. No one seems to be sure what just happened there. I think we're playing. I'm seeing which side of the court. Yeah, I think they're restarting the game. It's a replay the point situation. Someone will have to tell me what just happened. Ace from Zhang to start off this set, 15 love. But yeah, someone needs to tell me what happened and what the disruption was. Dave, I think you underestimate Worf's backhand return. Have you seen how he swings a batleth? $30 love. First serve out wide from Zhang. Oh, puts the follow-up into the net. 30-15. So far, the Czechs have been a bit cleaner than the Chinese. To another rally here. Machac just goes wide with the inside out forehand, and it's 40-15. Sometimes I wonder how on earth you manage to miss both tram lines in doubles. But then that's very much a singles player mentality who just wishes he has the extra tram line to play with. Oh, great net coverage from Wang to put that volley away. It's 40-15. Schwarner, I'm going with Zhang Jinwen to win the women's singles gold. I feel like she's got a little bit more momentum and maybe just a little bit more belief right now. There's nothing technical in that answer at all. I think, let's face it, if they both playing well, it's going to be hard to call, but maybe that sort of mentality is going to make the ultimate difference. Hi, Jake. Always great to see you. Still make me smile. Machac and Siniakova, they seem to be very friendly on court again, Yogi. I think they're enjoying being each other's company. Oh, great net coverage from Siniakova to get the first point in this game. Fantastic volley. Actually, does the ghost of Ghosty, do you know the ghost of Tasha Yar? Ghosty, why don't men play in sleeveless shirts? Maybe most of them don't like it, or maybe I don't know. It's not a look I would wear, to be honest. But some do. True, Shauna. Vekic does have a very good forehand. They both have good forehands. Yeah, it's going to be really close. Like, I'm just going off. I think Zhang has the ability to compete pretty well with Vekic in terms of being able to rush her as well. They're very similar strengths. But maybe Zhang has a bit more clay confidence. And as I said, she's got through 2 epics and the overwhelming favourite to get here. If she didn't win the singles gold, I think it would be a little bit of a letdown for her. Although, great story for Donna Vekic because definitely the journey woman out of the 2. Machac holds to love this game. 1-1. Christoph, I'm assuming you mean the equalizer in terms of it's now a game all, rather than once again doing equalizer chat like I had on that WTA Weekly with Miles. If you weren't there, by the way, you can kind of throw your 2 penneth into the ring, because Miles and I realized that we like two different types of action hero. As Bados put a forehand into the net to concede the early break in this third set to Emma Raducanu in Washington. Great rally going on here, by the way, in Roland Garros. It's backhand line from Zhang. Siniakova loops the forehand up. Forehand from Zhang, from Wang, who then gets a moon ball to the forehand cross court. Oh, and Siniakova goes just wide with the forehand, and that long rally is over in favour of the Chinese. Yeah, I think beginners like doubles because they seem to like it. Because you hit the ball less. I think that's probably what appeals to a lot of people. To be honest, like make it as easy as possible. Okay, good, Dave. I'm not the only one who aims for the singles lines when playing doubles. But yeah, chat from WTA Weekly would it be not last episode because that was Andre, but the episode before, which probably would have been about a week ago at this point. No, 2 weeks ago. With Miles. Which action hero do you prefer? Will Smith in Bad Boys or Denzel Washington in The Equalizer? I am more of a Denzel Washington Equalizer guy. Miles is more of a Will Smith Bad Boys guy. Forty love for the Chinese, by the way, on the Wang serve. Oh, Machac struggles with the backhand from Wang, and we end up back at which was out anyway, so 40-15. Shawana going for Denzel. Overhead return from Siniakova. Wang holds 2-1, thus changing ends. Yeah, I would go with Denzel. I think his kind of coolness in that movie and sort of ruthlessness is quite intimidating. The context, of course, was discussing whether Elena Rybakina and her demeanor on court was is appealing, which I enjoy watching her kind of ice queen her way through, and for similar reasons that I enjoy Denzel Washington stoically plowing his way through bad guys in The Equalizer. Hi, Ashley. Love to see you. Some chat in the some discussion in the chat about sort of differences in the final tomorrow between Zhang and Vekic, and I would actually agree. Obviously, that there's this question about Vekic, but I think her struggle. I don't know whether she over exaggerates how much she's struggling, or how much when she's struggling fitness wise matters. And someone like Wang, who probably would prefer to keep the point short anyway, might not matter so much. But oh, fantastic. +1 volley from Machac to get the opening point there. Check's working really well so far. Pro commentator's curse, but there we go. Bados has got a break back point in Washington. Loving how everyone's comparing muscles in the chat, and that you're just looking at scrawny stickman over here. That's amazing serve out wide from Siniakova. Zhang cannot get a handle on it. 30 love. It's just sort of so sharply angled. Such a good shot. Second serve from Siniakova, but the return from Wang is right in the net. She overhit that. She overplayed it, and it's 40-love to the Czechs. But yeah, I'm fully jealous of everyone's muscles in the chat right now, to be honest. Oh, massive return from Triple Z, but somehow Siniakova gets a handle on it, gets it over the net. Machac again, great volley to keep the point alive, and Wang overhits. Hold to love for the Czechs. That was a great point. Well rescued by them. Badosa just won a point, but she looks very fed up that she's in this situation right now. Raducanu is trying to hold to consolidate this early break. Still very early stages in this third set in Washington. Triple Z gets the opening point on his serve here. Backhand is kind of a baseline rally that ends with Machac going long in the inside out. Forehand. 30-love. Ashley, what are you making this match so far? You watching it or are you keeping an eye on Washington? No, it's all right, Dave. We don't have to talk about the current match. They're about to change ends anyway because Zhang's just held to love. This second set may be a little bit tighter than the first. Yeah, I didn't watch either men's semi-final, to be honest. I decided that Badosa Raducanu was more interesting than Djokovic Musetti. It's crazy to think that this match has outlasted potentially 2 matches on Philippe Chatrier. Raducanu has held for 2-love in the third. Yeah, I thought Felix might put up more of a fight. I agree with you, Dave. Yeah, there we go. Alcaraz on fire, and maybe the clay situation kind of played out. Glad Felix got the bronze though, with Dabrowski in the mix. So they will be joining. Felix and Dabrowski will be joining these 2 pairs on the podium. The question is, which way around will the current? Will it be Czechia, China, Canada, or will it be China, Czechia, Canada? It's Triple C podium. Maybe Triple Z could top a Triple C podium. But yeah, Musetti. Djokovic was going to have to be really injured for Musetti to beat him. Noir, what on Felix's resume made me think he had a chance against Carlos. They're head-to-head. He's got a couple of good wins against Carlos, and he made the Madrid final and is reasonable on clay. I don't necessarily know if he had a chance of beating Carlos. I think Carlos would have had a bad day to a certain extent, but I think Felix was good enough to capitalize on any sort of drop in level from Carlos. And maybe that was it. I didn't watch the match, so maybe Carlos was just too good. But yeah, Carlos Novak rematch. It's that time of year, clearly. Yet again, 2 back-to-back Carlos Novak matches over the course of a summer. Long rally going on here as Triple Z gets an overhead at the net and makes it 15-all. Ashley, the current score between Badosa and Raducanu is 2-1 Raducanu with a break. They're just changing ends. Agree with you, Dave. If Zhang Qinwen is playing well, it's not going to be much of a contest. Great return from Wang Jinyu. 15-30. They've got a chance here to break the Czech serve, and then that's going to make this interesting because suddenly we're into a deciding tiebreak for the gold. Potentially, depending on whether the Chinese can hold this out. But let's see what Machac can do. Don't worry, Ashley. I'll keep you up to date with the score where I can for Raducanu Badosa. Dave, looks like you watched the Alcaraz Felix match. Was Alcaraz just on fire then? Love to know it. How's Alcaraz's level? Second serve for Machac at 30 all. Which Wang takes on, but it's a great block at the net from Siniakova, who defends amazingly. Both Chinese players just went straight at her with their strokes, and she was able to just redirect. Kind of improvised, but she's got great hands, and she makes it. I mean, Noah, what would who's in competition with Siniakova for GOAT title in doubles? Oh, great pass from Zhang. Deuce. I mean, look, Siniakova's got the career slam and Olympic gold in the women's doubles already. Mixed would be great, another gold medal, and some. I think she's got a couple of other mixed titles, but Grand Slam titles. Yeah, Martina Navratilova. I would agree with that. Like one of the all-time great doubles players. Oh, over hit return from Wang. Advantage to the Czechs. Yeah, Martina Navratilova, Pam Shriver is coming to mind. Mary Jo Fernandez, Gigi Fernandez. I can think of the Williams sisters, obviously. I think basically whenever they play doubles together, they pretty much guaranteed to win. There we go. Czechs have held 3-all. Who else is there? Women's doubles history. Elizabeth Ryan won a chunk load of titles in the 1920s. Doubles, never won a singles. Came close a number of times, but never won a singles major. Won a ton of doubles majors though. But reached several singles finals and just wasn't quite good enough to compete with Suzanne Longland or Helen Wills or others from her era in finals. Ghosty, I don't know if the Chinese look too loose or the Czechs look too dialed in. Just very dialed in comparison. They look loose in comparison to how focused the Czechs are. Double fault from Wang, 15-all. She smiles about it. I think the Czechs definitely want to get get a break here because, yeah, they definitely want to get this break if they can. Oh, great volley from Zhang, 15-30. Oh, 30-15. Sorry, Chinese are serving. I think the Chinese have improved. Oh, sorry, my stream's gone down. Bear with me, I'm going to need to fix this. So apologies, I don't know what's happening right now because they've just decided to end the stream that I'm watching for some reason. So bear with me, I'm just going to need to restart the whole process. Do I have enough battery? Yes, I do. Yeah, bear with me, guys. Raducanu moving to 40-30 in Washington, by the way, so I may have to bring you coverage of a different match. Let me know what's going on if there's any people to choose. Looks like the Chinese have held and they're going to be changing ends, so won't be missing too much there. But yeah, we could be.
Thanks for tuning into this watch along. While there's a break in play, here's a reminder to hit the like button, subscribe, and click that notification bell. Your support helps to keep the channel going. While we're here, you can now become a member to enjoy perks, including badges for the live chat, but also bonus material, such as interviews with top players from both ATP and WTA tours. The membership link is pinned in the live chat. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. So whether it be serves or volleys, forehands or backhands, serve bots or drop shots, we've got you covered. Whether that be via our website, talking-tennis.com, where you can read features and interviews from our top writers. Or if you prefer us in audio form, you can subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Amazon or Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts from. Remember, we offer you wall-to-wall coverage via our regular watch-alongs, magazine shows such as Nick's WTA Weekly or Damien and Mario's ATP version. Plus, we deliver top content from people on the ground, actually at the tournaments, so you get even nearer to the action. So, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
Well, at this point, I should be celebrating the fact that I've got my stream back. And I have. But I think much more worthy of celebration is that Jake Davies got a job. Congratulations, mate. I know you were working really hard for that. That's really, really good news. And really happy to hear it. Well done. And wish you well in that. Great return from Wang Yu, by the way, to set up Love 15. And thanks for the summary on the Alcaraz Felix match, Dave. Interesting there. Competitive-ish first set, and then Alcaraz running away with it. So maybe saying that Felix's level decided it, possibly. But yeah, or Alcaraz didn't have to challenge too hard. Oh, great pass from Triple Z, and they've got Love 30. The Chinese are getting back in this. Raducanu was held for 3-1 in Washington. Great return from Wang. He's going cross court with Siniakova. They're going baseline to baseline. Machac leaves the volley, and he was right to do so. It goes over the baseline. It's 15-30. Michael, how do I see the men's final? Through my television. Jokes aside, it's hard not to see a repeat of what happened at Wimbledon, especially with Djokovic carrying this injury. But there's a part of me that thinks maybe there's a little bit of destiny at play and that Novak might finally get to complete his collection. Great backhand up the line for Siniakova. 30 all. Yeah, I could see why you'd say you make Carlos the clear favourite, Michael. And, you know, on paper he is. Grand Garros champion, recently beat Djokovic. And certainly, at the minute, Carlos Alcaraz looks like turning a year that was going to be about Yannick Sinner, all about him. Oh, the Wang return. She was going for another haymaker return, and she just missed the baseline. It's 40-30. Czechs might be able to take themselves out of trouble here. Second serve from Siniakova. Backhand to the Wang volley. We got a forehand back to the Siniakova backhand. The guys are really targeting Siniakova now, but Machac is there with the volley, puts it away. They hold for 4 all. Okay, Dave, I understand the list you've put together, but how high was there much hype about Fokina? Really, was he ever put in that sort of next big thing, winning Grand Slams categories in the same way as those guys? And I'm not entirely sure how much hype her catch got either. I think we've been aware of his limitations for a while. And like Holger, maybe a bit too soon to say. Let's see what happens. Because let's see what happens when he turns like 21, 22. if he's made any progress, then maybe we could talk about. I can see why you're not a huge fan of Siniakova's service motion, Ghosty. It reminds me a little bit of, I mean, Zhang also has a very wide service motion as well. I remember Darius Snegur also having a very sort of exaggerated motion. Zhang's serve's not coming back at the moment, by the way. 30 love. Shapan sits here, pass a good shout, Ghosty. We go. Machac return is way long. The Chinese hold to love. And the Czechs, and Machac is going to have to come out to serve to stay in the set. Trying to avoid this being decided, because otherwise it could be decided by a match tiebreak. And then anything could happen. It had been interesting how the momentum of this match has definitely shifted. The Chinese have definitely settled down a bit. Taking a few more risks. I mean, I want to still say the Czechs are going to win, Christoph, because I think they are maybe a bit tighter in the bigger moments, which is all going to come down to. But certainly the Chinese have done well to kind of go on the attack and have started to find their game. Wouldn't surprise me for them to turn around. I'm conflicted about that Wimbledon final, Michael, because on the one hand, I think Conchita Martinez deserves at least one slam in her career. Weird she won Wimbledon and not the French, but she was living in an era of all-time great clay court players. But then Navratilova going out on a Wimbledon title, especially given maybe she could have been over the hill. That was probably a bit special. But I didn't. Hey, I was a baby in 1994, so I would have to go back and watch that run if it's on YouTube anyway. Oh, great winner from Machac, right up the middle of the court. 40 love. Interesting point there, Schwarner, about Runa being impatient. I know you're talking to Ghosty, but I think certainly players want, but certainly the players, if you're a professional sports person, you want to be impatient. You want to be part of the best now. Like, unless you know what the problem is and how to fix it, and you understand that it's a long-term fix, then yeah, why not be impatient and want to be up there with the best right away? Into a rally, by the way, 5-all at the start of the set, and Wang's gone long. Love 15. What can the Czechs do? Can they take advantage of this door? They've seen a crack. Oh, and they've got a second serve from Wang to look at. Backhand from Machac, the backhand of Wang. Oh, great interception from Zhang. Deft drop volley. Catches it, drops it dead. 15-all. In Washington, Bados has just got it back to deuce, and Raducanu is having a battle to hold serve in pretty much most of her service games. It's 3-2. Raducanu serving with a break advantage. Another great interception at the net from Zhang to get this point, 30-15. You're talking about Iga's service motion, Dave. I actually think her service motion is quite compact. Actually, it's a deciding set between Emma and Badosa. Emma won the first set 6-4. Badosa won the second set 7-5. It's a deciding set. Oh, and Badosa's gone on in a cat and mouse rally at the net. It's advantage Raducanu to hold for 4-2 in the decider. I'm getting distracted by all the tennis guys. Sorry, I should be focusing on this mixed doubles final. Oh, this is insane, the amount of times that Zhang has done an amazing intercept at the net. Zhang won that game for the Chinese there. That is like 3 or 4 perfect follow-up +1 volleys. And Zhang Zhang and Wang Jinyu at 6-5, and they are guaranteed at least 1 tiebreak, maybe 2. Czechs are going to hope for the 1. Ashley, don't worry. I don't know whether I misspoke and maybe I said first set at some point, but it is definitely a deciding set. And we're back at deuce, by the way. It's a real battle in Washington. I don't know if Matthew's still watching that one. Lots of drama here. I'm quite glad I'm watching both matches, to be honest. But I wanted to do this one because it was, let's face it, I think it's the first mixed doubles match we've ever done. I have to go back and check. Speaking of Czechs, they're walking out to serve at 5-6. Siniakova to serve here. Siniakova's been serving all right, but probably the more vulnerable of the two, unsurprisingly. We talked about her service motion before. Wang going for another haymaker return, puts it into the net. 15 love. Potential breakback point for Badosa in Washington as well. Oh, that's a haymaker return from Zhang. Nothing anyone can do about it. Saw the space, hit into it, and get to 15-all. By the way, Raducanu was double faulted trying to defend break points. So Ashley, it is 3 games all in the deciding set, 1 break each between Raducanu and Badosa. Probably kind of wants this match to finish before the Raducanu-Badosa match, because that would be hilarious that it outlasted 2 Olympics matches. We're at 30-15, by the way, in the actual match I'm supposed to be watching, which is the mixed doubles final at the Olympic Games. Czech versus China. Backhand from Siniakova. Wang's going to try and intercept. Siniakova's there. Oh, overhits the backhand. 30-all. It was there, but she overhit it. And the Chinese are sensing an opportunity here. A second set tiebreak would give the Czechs a nice sort of safety buffer. If it all goes wrong in one tiebreak, they've still got another. Siniakova, as I can say, backhand. Oh, great volley from Machac. Steps in, takes it out. We're at 40-30. Sorry, I don't know what's going on here. So we've got a point for a tiebreak. Second serve, Siniakova coming up. Taking a time between these serves, though. Second serve, really short. Zhang goes on the attack. Backhand Siniakova. Wants to go intercept. Machac lifts up, some cat and mouse here going on. Machac tries to go through. Siniakova's got a forehand, which she balloons out. And it's deuce. Interesting comments, Snehil, because I think it's probably too early to say about Raducanu. to say that about Raducanu. To be honest, I think there's still hope that she can win some more big titles in her career. Badosa, the only thing holding her back is her fitness, to be honest. I don't think it's anything to do with her. But she may struggle to make opportunities if she struggles for fitness. Raducanu's got 3 break back points. 3 points to re-establish her break advantage. Advantage, by the way, is the score for the Czechs in this game. Yes, Ashley, US Open starts at the end of August. It starts 3 weeks on Monday. Go to Canada, Cincinnati, a week of minor US Open warm-ups, and then the US Open starts. Oh, Machac fumbles the volley, which was hit right at home by Wang, and we're back to deuce. Lots of tension going on here. Siniakova's abandoned the ball toss. She's definitely taking her time with these serves at the minute, Siniakova. Ah, the Wang returns in the bottom of the net. When the pressure's on, it's there. When the pressure's on, it's a bit tough for Wang. I get what you're saying about Iga's serve, Dave. Yeah, it does work fundamentally. Like it's a much better than it used to be. As Mahac's volley goes over the baseline, we're back to deuce. But then I don't know who's got the best serve technically. Like we're talking about sort of weird service motions. Who's got the best service motion? Would you say on the WTA tour? As Bados has just saved 3 break points. Some great shots from Badosa to get herself out of trouble here. Oh, Siniakova's ball just lands in. What's Machac going to do? It's gone over his head. So backhand Siniakova's going to try and lob Zhang. Oh, he puts the backhand overhead, puts it away. Machac probably shouldn't have left that shot. And it's advantage to the Chinese. It is set points. Yeah, Rebecca's got a little weird sort of turn before she serves. Again, her serve is probably the best on tour, though, in terms of results. Wow. When he makes... Oh, what a shot from Zhang. He's past Machac at the net. And we are into a match tiebreak. Ladies and gentlemen, it is sudden death for a gold medal at Roland Garros between Czechia and China. We will be back. It's 7-5 in the second set for Wang Xinyu and Zhang Zhizheng. They've worked their way back into this match. And it's all to play for in this deciding set tiebreak. Badosa holds in Washington. She roars and fist pumps. 4-3 to Badosa on serve. Raducanu, who has been battling to hold serve in this latter part of the match, is going to have to come out to try and get it to 4-all. This has been an absolute marathon. First set took 49 minutes. Second set took 53. And the third's already at 48. I get a little bit of a break before the start of the deciding match tiebreak. By the way, I think my producer might have fallen asleep or something's changed with the score. So it's disappeared off the screen. Bear with me. Yeah, we're just showing highlights in a minute, but something to bear in mind going into this. Wouldn't blame our producer for all you see, to be honest. It's pretty late where they are. You get my face for a bit. So sorry. Right. How's that looking? Okay, that's fix that. Can you see that clearly? Do you need me to zoom in a bit? Interesting. Why is Raducanu the Lara Croft of tennis, Dave? Yeah. Matthew, I have to say, yeah, I think Emma should handle it well. She's been pretty clutch on most big points. She's only been broken a couple of times. Maybe she'll be a bit more steely now. Certainly a very competitive match in Washington, but Waddos has gone along with the backhand. But that's the wrong match I'm watching. I need to be paying attention to the mixed doubles final, as Wang and Zhang have got the opening point of this gold medal match tiebreak. Machac is going to have to deliver a second serve, and he's serving to Zhang. Oh, and Siniakova fumbles the follow-up volley. Zhang hit right at her. There wasn't a lot of pace on it, but she fumbles the volley. It's 2-0 to the Chinese. And, well, to be honest, after the first set, I thought the Czechs might cruise to this one, but, well, it was almost an hour. It was like 45 minutes after we were commenting on maybe it was going to be a straightforward match. It's not turned out that way. Oh, somehow Wang's got the Mahac's serve back in. Siniakova's there to pick off the volley from Zhang. Real strange cat and mouse point here. Everyone's scrambling to get anything, get the ball in court. Oh, and what a volley from Zhang. It just finds the court. And it's 3-0 to China. And they have a double break straight out the gate in this deciding tiebreak. 7 points from the victory. Absolutely, they're still battling Ashley. It's 4-3 Badosa on serve, 15-30 on the Raducanu serve. It's Wang Jinyu serving at 3-0, second serve. Forehand from Machac. Oh, he's gone right past. He's gone right. He saw the hole. He went for it. Zhang crossed over the path of the ball, and Wang also crossed over it, meaning the Czechs have got one of the mini breaks back, and it's 3-1. Emma's put a backhand into the net, trying to go up the line, and it's 15-40. Emma might be on the ropes in Washington here, folks. Wang's gone long on her first serve. Lots of crazy tennis still going on. Backhand from Siniakova to the forehand of Wang is looped well out of court. We're back on serve in the tiebreak, 2-3. Siniakova to serve. Badosa has broken. She's going to serve for this deciding set at 5-3. She's going... By the way, following this, like, we're not doing a stream for it, but following the Raducanu-Badosa match in Washington is Ben Shelton versus Denis Shapovalov, a rematch of that third round they played at Wimbledon, which was super entertaining for a couple of sets. And return serve for Siniakova, 3-3. I see these comments, probably shouldn't respond to them on air. 3-3. Change events complete. Siniakova's got another serve coming up. Try to keep an eye on things as much as possible across both of these matches. Oh, it's a double fault from Siniakova, 4-3 to the Chinese. And, well, Wang and Zhang are back with the mini break advantage. I feel like, Dave, you might be a bit behind on our streams, maybe. By like a minute or two. Oh, Zhang's dragged the forehand wide. We're back on serve, 4-4.
Hello, Nick.
Oh, hello.
Hello, hello. The producer did not go anywhere. I mean, the producer did not fall asleep. He just went out. But yeah, I figured I'll join you for the last few points.
Okay, I was wondering whether I'd accidentally admitted someone who shouldn't be here.
Noodle on the stream.
Yeah, no, don't worry. We're not doing that. And now the Czechs have a mini break. 5-4.
Honestly, I was planning to join and say what a doubles machine Zhang is right now, but since then.
At what point did you decide that? Was that before the forehand you just dragged wide?
I mean, definitely the last two games, and also the volley that he claimed for like 3-0, right? I mean, that was such a weird way of getting it, but it was perfect.
There was a game where they won 3 points because of his volleys. Oh, here we go with back on serve 5-5. Great cross from Wang at the net. Great intercept.
Read Machac like a book.
The Chinese have taken their time to get into this match, but slowly but surely they've figured out what they need to do. Oh, Siniakova's going for the awkward overhead. They got a cross court from Machac. Zhang's going cross court. Mahac's going. Oh, he's overhit the forehand. It's long going up the line, trying to pass Zhang. And it's 6-5 to the Chinese, who are going to be serving with the mini break advantage once again in this tiebreak. What is this match? Everyone's smiling and having fun. The Chinese look like they're having a whale of a time at the minute.
Might be the best final of the Olympics. We'll see.
We've still got another 4 finals left. Don't write them off. It's match point Badosa in Washington, by the way. Oh,
yeah.
6-all.
Was it really that tough? I mean, it was coming fast, I guess.
Just came off his frame.
He seemed so relaxed when he was chatting to Zinu.
Yeah, Ghost, it's best of 10. That was not match point.
Oh, yeah.
One of these two is 4 points away. One of these two teams is 4 points away. The question is which one? Raducanu has just saved match point against Badosa. Oh, I thought Wang's serve was long, but it wasn't. And Siniakova's returns in the net. 7-6 to the Chinese. This is where wrong slip could really end up ending things.
Wang slip?
Indeed. Indeed. And it's Siniakova serving, and her serve is becoming probably become more vulnerable as the match has gone on.
Right on cue, Nick.
Yeah, great pass from Zhang. Just eyed up the backhand return up the line.
It's the set point as well, right? In the second set, like literally the same.
Danger time. 8-6 for the Chinese. Siniakova, they're going to want to get this next. The Czechs are going to want to get this next point. Keep the pressure on for the Zhang serve. Oh, and the return from Wang. By contrast to the Zhang return, the Wang return's been very hit and miss. 8-7. Chinese 2 serves away, and it's on Zhang's serve. Ignore my alarms. I'm awake, plenty awake for this match. As Raducanu has broken back in Washington and will serve at 4-5 in the decider. First serve into the net from Zhang. But this is where the focus needs to be. There's a gold medal on the line, folks. And my stream is lagging horribly, but I've seen enough to see that Zhang has put that volley into the net, and we're back at 8-all.
Yeah, not sure it even reached the net. But yeah, that's the Thomas Machac serve return. That's why he's good in this. That's why he's going to play in the gold medal in the mixed and bronze medal in the men's doubles.
Oh yeah, he's in the bronze match for the men's, isn't he?
He is playing against Taylor Fritz and Tommy Paul.
That one feels like it could go either way, that one.
I think so, yeah.
By the way, your biggest fans in the chat, Damien. Hi, Nelan. I think that was a double fault from Zhang. It was 9-8. Yes, Clara, they need 10. It is match point. It is gold medal point for the Czechs. And they'll be happy to know that it's on the Machac serve. They're really talking tactics here. They're really having to dial in. The Czechs were dialed in the first set. The Chinese came back at them in the second. They're going to really need to lock in for this final point. They're hoping it's the final point. First serve from Machac is in play. Great return from Zhang. Machac goes at Wang. She's over the baseline. The Czechs are the gold medalists in the mixed doubles in the Olympic Games. Siniakova has got her arms draped around Mahac's neck. What a moment as they come back. This Krejcikova in the stands, applauding in her bucket hat above her head. Clara, you are you must be very, very happy. I know we've got another person in the chat, Christoph, who's very happy with that result. And yeah, Thomas Machac is an Olympic gold medalist, and Katerina Siniakova is a double Olympic gold medalist. What a moment, Damien.
Yeah, I mean, are they together? Are they not?
I mean, there's a lot of affection going on between these two.
Oh, of course, yeah. They were together for like a few years. I still don't know, but it kind of makes it, kind of interesting as well how this relationship works. But obviously on court, it has not been impacted whatsoever, regardless of what the situation is. And yeah, I think actually the 2 times that they played earlier in mixed, they didn't get a win even. So this is pretty wild, but I mean, yeah, Machac, one of the best doubles players of the season. Siniakova, obviously a legend already, kind of that side of the sport. So
yeah, oh yeah, she's already. Do you know if they're doing the medal ceremony tonight for this?
I have no idea.
Yeah, Terry
looks so funny in this hat. Jesus.
Yeah. Yes, Terry, they did split up. Siniakova confirmed it about a month ago, but hey, look, I guess even if they're not together, that chemistry never quite goes away. Certainly working very well together as a doubles team. So laughably, this Raducanu-Badosa match has outlasted both the Djokovic-Musetti match and this final.
So Badosa Raducanu started before Djokovic-Musetti even?
I think maybe about 10 minutes after. 15
minutes
after.
Yeah, it would be possible, right? It would be like 4 hours by now, yeah.
Well, they're at 2 hours 48.
Didn't Novak start like 6 p.m.?
Yeah, he did. I think, but like these two start at like 2 hours 48. So
I can finally say our time, by the way.
Yes, it's very weird having you on the same time zone. Yeah. The Czechs are celebrating with their box at the minute. Well done, Christoph. Did you bet on this match or something? Not you.
I know. You're not asking me.
No, you don't do it. Wow. Yeah. So, Machac will then be hoping for a second Olympic medal, as we said, in the bronze medal match in the men's doubles, to get Czechia another medal. Yeah, this one, I thought this one had an interesting dynamic in that Machac and Zhang were doubles partners, and it was going to be interesting to see which one could read the other best.
Yeah, doubles partners. They played each other in the first round of the singles here. Awesome challenger final between them 2 years ago in Kozerki. Really good story as well from that sense, yeah. That suddenly they had to battle against one another. But yeah, definitely a fun final. I think both pairings, lots of good vibes, energy, which kind of, really worth a lot, I think, in terms of viewing enjoyment in the doubles. And yeah, obviously so skilled as well. I know that Zhang loves this match, but kind of him, maybe I was even the most impressed with, because like a year or so ago, he would be looking so out of place on a doubles court like this, and then yeah, he totally wasn't. obviously Machac, Siniakova, that's kind of, you expect them to be of super strong quality whenever they're playing, and yeah, they absolutely delivered. I actually do not really remember a lot from the run, besides this match, which probably means that it was routine as hell. I have to check that.
It was like that before this match. They hadn't dropped a set. Like if they'd managed to get it to that tie break,
the title favorites, right? Zygmunt Zverev.
yeah, pretty much. So yeah, it was a good battle for them. Oh, Raducanu trying to go up the line with the backhand. It's match point Badosa again.
Yeah, and the bronze obviously went to Canada.
Yeah,
Felix
it's a triple C. I said earlier, it's a triple C podium. So it's kind of a shame that triple C is not.
Triple C, yeah. Canada, China, and Czechia.
Yeah.
Indeed. Felix will try to go for a second bronze medal tomorrow. I guess
that one feels like a very 50-50 match to me.
Yeah, probably. I mean, for both of them, it's such a huge opportunity. I guess he and Machac would be the only players with a chance for 2 medals.
Oh, Raducanu's double faulted. The match is over, and yet again, Raducanu double faults, breakpoint down, and Paula Badosa's into the semi-finals in Washington. That was for Ashley, by the way, if she's still here. Yeah, who else is going for 2? Like Zhang and Vekic aren't. We know that. Alcaraz and Djokovic aren't.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right.
And then, yeah, Paulini, Irani, Andreeva, and Schneider are this is their only medal at stake.
Siniakova would be like the second, another good bet, but obviously she lost in the quarters, right? So yeah, I think it's Felix and Machac.
Oh yeah, who would have thought that Noskova and Mukova would be the furthest getting Czech pair in the women's doubles?
Yeah, and then they still didn't get to the final, of course. And yeah, Andreeva Schneider, just such a surprise package as well.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting that, but I think we're kind of expecting the Italians to win that one, right?
Yeah, I think they are the favorites. Although, yeah, I mean, I haven't watched too much of the Andreeva Schneider run, so I'm not really sure, what sort of made them perform much better than you would expect from such a random pair.
I think they've actually they just got good chemistry, and they seem to be very good at encouraging each other. Interestingly, it feels like Mira's the team leader out of the two of them, even though she's the younger one.
I mean, Diana is what 20, something like that.
Yeah, but I can't think of many 20-year-olds who do what a 17-year-old said.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think at that age, definitely the gap is more important than it would be when you're like 30 and 33, for example.
Oh, there was definitely a little kiss between Machac and Siniakova.
Yeah, someone texted me about it right now as well.
This is definitely a thing again.
Great. I mean, honestly, I'm very happy for them.
We're rooting for you guys. Talking Tennis is rooting for you.
Yeah, I mean the Czech/Slovak pairs, Klein, Schmidlova, Machac, Siniakova. I don't know. I definitely have a soft spot for them, and do wish for them to stay together. Seems like they're doing great. Both the relationships that I just mentioned, by the way, have woman, female that is a couple years older as well, which is somewhat unusual.
That seems to be a trend because that's the same with Kalinskaya Sinner, right?
Well, yeah, as well, yeah, true. Pavlasek Kvitova as well used to be a thing. I mean, not anymore, but she was like 8 years younger, 8 years older, maybe, So I don't know.
They can't all be for Vrinka Vekic.
Probably not 8, yeah. Yeah, probably not. Although, of course, that's also not a thing anymore.
No, that was a long time ago.
But no, 8 I definitely went too far, by the way, with Pavlasek Kvitova. But yeah, like 5. Anyway, never mind. Of course, this is not talking relationships. This is
we're like this is a topic that I'm not particularly interested in, to be honest.
Me neither. Me neither. But I mean, suddenly Machac Siniakova became a big topic here because this is actually part of the analysis as well, right? if you if you're looking at their mixed doubles run or like their chances in a mixed doubles match, you kind of have to know whether it's all good between them. But apparently it is. So anyway, yeah, that's definitely the end of this topic. And yeah, they played twice in the mixed doubles in slums, and they didn't win a match. So, well, this time everything works perfectly.
They managed to actually win a title before Sitsi Dossa.
Yeah.
You don't need to respond to that, Damien.
I do want to. I was gonna just leave it be. I was gonna just leave it be. But sure, yeah.
They are doing the podium ceremony, by the way. So we'll be seeing medals going around next soon. So we'll be seeing the Triple C podium. Whilst we are waiting, Dave has a question of like how we feel about backwards hats. I say some people wear them better than others, but I wouldn't choose to wear one myself.
John is wearing a backward hat all the time. Backwards hat. Oh, by the way, I'll show you something. We got a gift today from the tournament director who came by the press room. And it was literally just me and John, because there were 3 journalists at the beginning, but Tom from France left yesterday. And they gave us a Porto Open hat.
Nice. To rival the real hat.
Yeah, exactly. The tournament director even mentioned, because John is wearing the Estoril hat like all the time. I was wearing it only on Monday and Tuesday when it was sunny. Today it was sunny as well. But basically he mentioned, I think you have the Estoril hat, so now you're going to have the Porto one. And obviously the first thing that John does is put it backwards, which I think, honestly, for him, I think he only is like trying to look cool. And probably it's also better for the hair. I mean, obviously he has extremely long hair, and I don't even know how that works, because, I think it would just be very tiring. So, I don't wear my hat backwards. I also barely wear a hat, but I actually kind of had to learn the last couple of years, because I spend a lot of time outdoors at events, and it turns out that you kind of need that hat on sunny days.
Yeah, I agree. I think you have to have a lot of hair to like make the backwards cap work. I remember during one of my coaching sessions as a teenager, I wore a cap. I had an ATP cap that I bought from the tour finals, and I was wearing that while at a coaching session, and I can't remember which way round this was. I think my coach told me to switch it to being backwards because he was worried about me not being able to see over the brim of it when I was serving. Maybe. But I was like, the sun's in my eyes. It works to shade it. So.
Yeah, I actually, playing tennis, I never wear a hat. It just like falls off. It doesn't feel comfortable.
I never do either. I realized it was a lot more sweaty with one on. Very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I don't like the feeling at all. But I learned to start using a hat. Thank you to the tournament director from Porto, very nice guy, Antonio. I think, if memory serves right, he said that it's a ton of work. They're doing like a 4th event in a row, and he's not a professional tournament director. So he said it's a challenge, but he's doing it. This is the last week, actually. That streak of tournaments they're hosting is ending. Very nice of them to gift us with this. Obviously, not many of us at the Porto Challenger, but I will definitely wear it with pride.
Thank you for the hats. If you wear the Porto hat to Estoril, they'll give you a new Estoril hat.
I was thinking actually about it, whether maybe there's some sort of beef between the 2 biggest Portuguese events. Should we wear the Estoril hat in Porto? And I mean, people look at you when you're walking around the venue in the Estoril hat, but I think they're just more like, Estoril. That guy was also in Estoril, probably. And there's definitely a fair few like line umpires and people from the staff that I remember from Estoril. So, if I remember them, then they probably remember me as well. So, I guess that's kind of the beef the beef doesn't.
Well, I think we need to probably make the most of having you on the show, Damien, and get your thoughts on the other finals that are coming up and how you see them going. I think I could predict what you might be about to say for a lot of them, but at least for the men's final.
I mean, I'm not as sort of like harsh on Djokovic's chances as I was at Wimbledon. I think they're better. It's a best of 3 match. The knee issue that he picked up against Steph seems like it kind of went away after a few games. So, just in general, after the knee procedure, I mean, at Wimbledon it was like 2 or 3 weeks. Now it's 5, 6 or whatever. So yeah, I mean, I'm not as bullish on the chances of Alcaraz as I was at Wimbledon. I still think he's the favorite. I think that's kind of like needless to say. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see this match being close. Like mentally for Djokovic, I think there are 2 ways to look at it. One is he's gonna be like fried mentally, like he was in some other occasions at the Olympics or the 2021 US Open final, for example, and he was trying to make history. Or he's going to be like extremely hungry for it, which we also saw him do sometimes when he was chasing history. So I think there are 2 modes. One obviously like totally just disallows him to win the match. One makes his chances better. Yeah, I think his chances are much greater than at Wimbledon.
I agree with you. I also think that he's going to be dialed in because I don't think he goes into sort of the rabbit in the headlights mode against players that he sees as a big threat. I'm not saying he didn't see Medvedev as one, but Alcaraz is a different beast to Medvedev, and maybe that's going to motivate him. I don't know if he'll see himself as the underdog, but he'll see this as an even match. Whereas I think in 2021 US Open, he knew Medvedev would be tough, but he should win it.
Sure.
Maybe. But this is all very much getting inside Djokovic's head, and we don't know. Looks like we're about to get medals coming out soon. With the women's final, that is potentially going to be quite close, but I'm giving Jun Wen the edge. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, she's going to get the day off, which is very crucial because, of course, when she was playing Iga, she was coming off 2 consecutive 3-hour free setters even. So I think the day off is pretty crucial. Vekic should also be pretty well rested despite playing much later in the day. Obviously, she crashed Schmidlova. I don't know. I mean, Kinven is just kind of the higher quality player, better clay courter as well. That's also a thing. Definitely more variety in her game, kind of just ability to adjust off the baseline, which Vekic is just kind of maybe more simpler as a player, just a very good aggressive ball striker. Yeah, I think if Kinven executes her game right, she should be getting this done. But of course, yeah, nerves will be high for both players. Probably Kinven is the one who you would trust more mentally, despite being much younger. I mean, it's not like Donna has been in occasions like this before. And actually, when she had chances to get into occasions like this, usually she faltered, like at Wimbledon this year.
Yeah, I think I completely agree with your assessment there. But it's another CC final. We had China-Czechia today. We're going to have China-Croatia tomorrow. And another C, Canada has just picked up their bronze medals. Dabrowski and Felix wearing them with pride. And the silver medals are out as the Chinese players Wang Jinyu and Zhang Zhizhen step up onto the podium.
That must be the first Canada tennis medal in quite a while, right?
Yeah, possibly since like
2000?
2000. Yes, that's right. Yes, it was the men's doubles gold.
Nestor Laro, yeah, I think so, yeah.
Daniel Nestor, and I forget who his partner was, but they
unexpectedly Sebastian Laro.
Yeah, they unexpectedly beat the Woody brothers in the final on their home turf. Yeah, so great Olympic medal for Canada there. Huge result. Here we go. Yes, producer. He's covering for you. As the Czechs step up on stage and they wave to the crowd, we've got some Czech fans in there. They're cheering their loudest. Another Czech gold medal at the Olympics, thanks to Katerina Siniakova. and she's wearing her gold medal, and Machac receives his as well. They're definitely very excited by it, and they'll probably be able to play the Czech national anthem, but I can't hear it. They don't do interviews afterwards, but yeah, they do. Yeah, those gold medals definitely suit them.
We have a TV here with 3 channels that cover the Olympics. One of them is like national TV, 2 is Eurosport, but I haven't had any tennis on yet. I think maybe I will seek if the final is going to be there tomorrow, but for now it's mostly swimming, volleyball, gymnastics as well. I watched the gold medal for Simone Biles yesterday, but yeah, absolutely zero BMX, a lot of BMX, but zero tennis.
Oh yeah, I got to see the women's final because they briefly showed the women's BMX instead of the tennis at one point on my stream. It was the men's BMX even when the French got a 1, 2, 3. But yeah, looks like this is all content we're getting out of Porto being shared on the screen right now. Content that you can all check out at the end after this stream is done, which to be honest will probably be in a couple of minutes.
Friend of the show, Zhang Faria, not yet sort of announced his status, in a video or anything, but I think we unofficially have to consider him friend of the show now.
Let's face it, we made a lot of new friends in Porto this week.
Yeah, but I think only Jaime is kind of the friend of the show status so far, and Antonio, the tournament director, as well.
Hopefully, we'll be having him back. There's a lot of emotion with Siniakova right now. Visible, I think Machac is also emotional as well, but yeah, Siniakova's in tears. Well, there we go. Well, we've got our predictions. I think we have an idea that Italy might win gold in the women's doubles. Men's final, that's hard to call. That could be a very high quality match, but leaning towards the Americans.
Yeah, me too. I don't know. From the start of the event, I was not really a believer in Ebden Pierce. Obviously, not there in the final. But I don't know. Krajcik-Ram, from what I've seen this week, they are starting to find some chemistry that maybe they were lacking in the past. They obviously had some amazing performances. The demolition of Alcaraz Nadal, I would say, very smart in how they approached that match. And yeah, I do believe that the Americans have a bit of an edge. I think doubles is certainly a bit more random than singles, although not necessarily at this event, given that you don't have the deciding points. Still, it's the third set. The third set is a match tiebreak, and we just saw a mixed doubles final where the match tiebreak was just chaos from start to finish. So
it was.
I don't know if our prediction can really mean much, but yeah, I am leaning towards the Americans. Yeah, would be pretty fun if maybe we got 3 different nations, as in the Czechs get the bronze. But of course, it can also be 2 medals for the Americans, then either bronze gold or bronze silver.
Yes, we'll find out. Well, and maybe we'll find out on Talking Tennis stream. Who knows? Don't know what the plans are. I actually won't be able to watch any tennis tomorrow because it's my friend's birthday. So I will be missing the tennis tomorrow, but I'll be checking it regularly to see who wins. But I'm hoping to catch up with everyone about what happens afterwards.
Yeah, we likely won't be on any watch-alongs, of course, with John, given that we're going to be in Porto still. But yeah, certainly I'll try to watch at least the men's doubles final in the press office. I mean, media room or whatever they call it there. I think that's my favorite match for tomorrow at the Olympics, the men's doubles final, or maybe even the bronze medal as well.
Doubles or singles?
The doubles I was going for. Yeah, the doubles, the bronze medal in singles does not interest me at all. I just don't really care who wins the medal or who gets fourth. I know for the players it's extremely important, but I don't know. For me, it's winning the event is what you care about. But third, fourth, I mean, yeah, great importance for the players. For me as a viewer, I don't really mind.
All right. Well, Damien doesn't care. I do, and I know a lot of you too. So I'm looking forward to talking about all the medal results, maybe even seeing some as they come in. Guess we'll find out. Looking forward to doing that and get to talk about it with you in a few days' time. But thanks for coming on, Damien. So I'll speak to you all the rest of you soon. In the meantime, take care and keep talking tennis.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.